Hey everyone, it's Dale here. Welcome to the next video of the Trade of the Week series. In those videos I'm showing you my best trades from the week. Well, not necessarily the best trades, but the most interesting trades, I would say. And today I want to talk about the trade which I took on the euro dollar yesterday. So what you see before you, this is a 30-minute chart of the euro dollar. And what I was trading here was support. Let me show you the reasoning behind this support real quick. I was trading this heavy volume zone, which formed within this rotation area, because I saw that after those heavy volumes were accumulated, I saw this massive buying activity. It started with a huge fair value gap in here, that's from Smart Money Concepts, and then continued even higher from there. So I thought that those volumes were probably buyers building up their long positions in here in this rotation, and then they push the price upwards. This is a volume profile setup which I call the volume accumulation setup, because volumes got accumulated here. And the way I trade this is that I wait for pullback until the price reaches back into that heavy volume zone. Now, my level was exactly at the beginning of the fair value gap, so it was at the beginning of this massive fair value gap here. So this was the long. As you can see, it aligns with the volumes. Usually what I do is I place my entry at the beginning of the heavy volume zone. In this case, it would be roughly in here, but I placed it a little bit lower because here was the beginning of the fair value gap, right? This huge fair value gap. And in a long trade scenario, I like to trade from this place, from the beginning of the fair value gap. So that's why I placed the trade there, and I hope that it would reach it and not react to the beginning of the heavy volume zone, which it did. As you can see, the price actually reached the beginning of the fair value gap. The gap got filled, I got filled as well, and went long from there. So that was the long trade entry. First setup was the volume accumulation setup. Then the second setup confirmed this trade was the fair value gap from Smart Money Concepts. Okay. Now, regarding the stop loss and take profit placement, the stop for this trade was in here. A reason for that is that it needed to be behind heavy volume zone. So it needed to be behind this area. And what I also like to do is I like to place my stops below significant swing points like this one, right? So that's why the stop was in here. This was the trade entry. And the take profit, it needs to be at least with risk reward 1, but I try to get more out of my trades, and I like to place my take profit at the beginning of a barrier. So I was searching for the closest barrier standing in the way of this trade. And in this case, it was rather simple because the barrier was easily visible with volume profile. Here, this heavy volume zone, that was the barrier, right? That was the barrier, and I wanted to quit the trade before price reached that barrier. I was afraid that the price might want to react to this barrier. In the end, it didn't react to this barrier, it reacted a bit higher. But this is the way how I almost always do things, right? I quit my trade at the beginning of the first barrier. So I quit the trade in here. This was the take profit. As you can see, the take profit almost aligned with the VWAP line, that's the yellow line. This line, this is the weekly VWAP, which also represents a nice place for a take profit. So my take profit and the VWAP was quite close, and yeah, those are the reasons why I quit the trade there. So yeah, that was my trade of the week. I really liked how quick the reaction was, how precisely the level worked, and I also liked that there was a clear place for the stop loss and clear place for the take profit. So I would say this was rather clean trade. By the way, I'm publishing those levels for our members so they can trade those alongside me every day. If you guys want to join us, then visit my website. It is at traderdale.com, and if you click this button, then there you can browse my complete trading courses and my custom-made trading indicators. So thanks for watching the video, I hope you liked it, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy trading.